Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Ronacraft Season 2. This is episode 4 and I have some major plans for this episode. Throughout this episode, I want to be working on this village so that we can get the entire bottom section completed. Or at least just these buildings and some more decorations. But I don't want to get started building just yet because I don't exactly have a whole lot of materials left to build up the houses. And before going on like a mega grind lapse of getting things, I was thinking we should probably get some better tools for that because then I can go out and I can collect more. Meaning we're going to need to go into the nether and get ourselves some netherite. Now I don't really like the look of netherite because I'm not really a fan of the purple. I prefer the diamond armor better, but I think in this case, because we really need some better tools because I miss having the 2000 durability, I think we're going to go ahead and pop into the nether and get some netherite. But for that, if we look into my end chest, right here we have 4.5 stacks of TNT that I've collected. Hopefully with this, we should be able to make a good indent in the nether and get a lot of netherite. So now let's just go ahead, pop into the nether and get some netherite. Now we do need to find a spot to dig in, and I'm thinking that this area all around the portal is probably all exploded and everything, so let's just fly off in like this direction and see what we can find for an area. Any spot that's like this and is over lava, it's never really good because then when you explode, all this lava will come tunneling down onto you. So typically I try to go past the lava, in which it looks like that's going to be this area over here. So now let's go ahead and dig down to netherite level. Oh boy. Yeah, maybe this area is not as good. Let's just go off in this direction a little bit, then go down. Oh, another set of lava. Interesting. This is not a good area at all. Let's just go straight and see if we just continue going straight or not. This is all lava. All right, we got to find a different area. This is not going to work. All right, so you know what? Let's just go over here into the Crimson Forest and just dig down right here. And of course, there's more lava. All right, let's try going in this direction. Oh, and it looks like we've already found our first piece of ancient debris. Now, I didn't get the advancement. We actually have 2 pieces over at the house already that I have found just from doing like small expeditions through the nether. All right, I'm thinking at level 10 would probably be best for this because the TNT will do a lot of damage to this bedrock. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn on chunk borders and just try to find the edge of a chunk, which looks like it is right here. And then we will dig along here and then just come back and place a whole bunch of TNT. Alright, I just had to block that off. There was a whole bunch of lava right there, so let's grab some TNT and let's just place this. And we're going to go with the every other block method here. Alright, here we are. Now let's grab some flint and steel and then do that. And there she goes. Alright, explosion's done. This actually isn't that far of a hallway. However, I'm not seeing a single piece of netherite, and this is not good. However, there is a lot of bedrock here, which means I think I'm going to go a little bit higher, maybe to like 12 or 14. So let's do 12 right here, and then we'll find another chunk border. Looks like there's a chunk border right here, so let's dig right here. Ooh. Scratch that, let's go the other direction. Wow, that's pretty lucky. We found some digging. Alright, there we go. Just found lava, so let's go back a little bit and then place this TNT. Alright, there we go. Let's light this and just dig out of the way. Okay. And that's looking promising already. Looks like we got at least one piece right here. However, that's just one. We are really not getting lucky with this. As of right now, it's just that one piece, and of course, the thing didn't actually finish. Yeah, it's looking like it was just that one piece. All right, let's grab our flint and steel, though, and light some more. We only got a little bit left. There we go. There's some more, and there's some more right there as well. All right, and there's even some more hidden up here. All right, so right now we are currently sitting at 9 ancient debris. We do still have about 2.5 stacks of TNT left, though, so we should be able to get a bit more. But for now, let's just get back up to 12 and start placing TNT again. All right, we just hit the end, so now let's place this TNT once again. Okay, that is the last of the TNT. So now let's light this and hope we get enough to actually get a decent amount of netherite armor and tools and everything. All right, well, it wasn't that big of an explosion before it stopped, but it did reveal some ancient debris though, so I'm not complaining. All right, let's get going again and let's see, do we have any more ancient debris? Fortunately, we are getting very unlucky when it comes to netherite here. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Hey, there's some. Oh, there we go, 2 more. Oh, there's some more hidden in the wall. And then there's some more in the ceiling. Okay, now we're actually starting to get a little bit of luck. And I'm thinking this looks like, yeah, this is the end of the tunnel, and it looks like we got 17 ancient debris. This is not nearly enough for how much I actually want. And plus, with the stuff that we have home, that only actually brings us up to 19. So I'm thinking, let's just dig around for a bit and see what we can find just by using the good old pickaxe. I don't really know what I was at before, but we are now up to 21 ancient debris, and I went through pretty much both the pickaxes. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to head back to the base. I'm going to stop at the Enderman farm just to repair my tools real quick, and then we will see how much ancient debris we actually have in total. Okay, now that we are home, let's grab the other ancient debris, and it looks like we have 20. I think I would rather have 24 though, because then we could craft a full 6 netherite ingots rather than 5. But for right now, I really don't want to go back in there, so I'm just going to throw this into the super smelter and let it go. And now we must wait just for this to cook up into netherite scrap. And here we go, 23 netherite scrap. Let's now take this over to the crafting table. Oh boy, this is not good. I don't think we have any gold to combine this with, so this is the only gold that we currently have, and I don't think this is going to give us nearly enough. Yeah, it's giving us 1 ingot. I'm just going to really quickly go mine some gold ore in the nether, and then we'll come back once we have enough to make this all into netherite ingots. Okay, got the gold. Now we can turn this into 5 netherite ingots. This is not a lot, but you know what? For now, this will work. Now, I don't think I actually have a normal smithing table, so we actually have to make one. And for that, all we need is this 2 iron and then just simply 4 planks. So now we have to upgrade some gear. And of course, the first thing I want to do is our sword, because I feel like that is going to be one of the main things. And then probably our pickaxes. We have 2 left. And I'm thinking probably shovel. And then I'm thinking we should do the hoe, because if I want to be collecting any leaves, then, oh, I forgot that that was a challenge. But if I want to be collecting any leaves, this will definitely help out. And I think just to hide the smithing table, I'm just going to put it right back here in the corner. But hopefully by the end of this episode, we will be able to have a full set of netherite armor. But for that, I'm going to be needing to do some more AFKing at the gunpowder farm, because right now we are currently out of gunpowder. We only have 25. But now I want to start working on one of these buildings. Now, I said we're going to do the entire village, and I'm serious. We are going to be doing the entire thing. However, I'm not just going to do a time lapse that's going to do the entire thing. I want to space this out over the episode so it's not just one big thing and that'll be in one longer time lapse. So of course, because of the fact that I want to get more netherite, we're going to need an easier way to collect it. Now, I could go over there and use the gunpowder farm. However, there should be an even easier way of doing that. If we come up here, I've started to color the sheep. And I'm pretty sure that we have every single color that is in Minecraft besides dark gray. That's the only one that I don't have right now because I ran out of ink. And I'm assuming you probably know where this is going, and we are going to be building up a sheep farm. And not just any normal sheep farm like that. This one's going to be automatic. And I'm also thinking that we're going to use this building to hide it. Just like how we had the villager breeder hidden by this house and the pumpkin melon farm hidden by that one. However, not every single house is going to have something hidden. This is just another situation where we're going to need something. So let's hop into a time lapse of building up this house right here, and then we'll come back and we'll build up the automatic sheep farm. And I know this building looks very similar to the one right next to it, and I really didn't realize that until I had it built on here. However, if we come inside, you can see that we have a wool right here in the item frame, showing that this is where we generate our wool. However, the inside's just looking like a normal interior for a building. You got your bed there, you got your little kitchen, you got some bookcases, and yeah. However, where we are actually going to be putting the sheep farm is going to be right behind this painting. So I've already dug out a little area right down here that we can use to build up this sheep farm. As well as in my end chest, in the shulker box, I've gathered a whole bunch of stuff that we can use to build it up. However, I'm just now realizing that I didn't bring any grass down here. So let me go really quickly grab some. All right, there we go. Put all the stuff in here as well as all the extra stuff that was in my inventory. So now we can get started on digging this out. However, just to make this a little bit easier, I'm going to go and grab the beacon so we can set that up over here. That way it won't take as long. And the beacon's actually set up right here because I started to flatten out this hill a little bit. All right, let's gather this beacon. And now let's set it up right over here. Alright, Haste 2 beacon set up, we can now mine it out. So now we can just simply start to mine this out. And I am also going to mine the area that we are going to need to put the walls in as well. So the way this is going to work is we're going to have each sheep surrounded in glass completely. So pretty much what's going to happen is we can take our deep slate bricks here and then just place them right here for now. And then we can easily tell that there'll be a sheep here that'll be completely surrounded, and then one here, and then here, and then here. So pretty much every other block is going to be where we are going to have a sheep sitting. And then on the back wall here, we're going to layer some calcite. And then in these areas right here is going to be the color of sheep that's right there. So like say we had a red sheep right here, there'd be red wool right here. And then for the roof in these areas, what we're going to do is have it so wherever the sheep is standing, there's going to be a sea lantern right above it. So if we have something like this and then place the sea lanterns in every single spot, that should do a very good job at lighting everything up. So now comes where we have to do a little bit of redstone. So if we take the grass, we know that the grass is going to be pretty much sitting here like this with the sheep right here, meaning we need to have an observer facing into this block, seeing when the sheep will eat this grass. And after that, we're going to have a block with a piece of redstone dust on it with a dispenser right there, so that when this block updates, it'll send a signal to this dispenser, and in this case, the dispenser will be shearing the sheep. So let's get this set up on all 8 of these. There we go. Now we gotta have all of this. Now we pretty much have to copy this on the other side. All right, there we go. Got to duplicate it on the other side. Now the only thing we have to do is get the base of the glass in as well. That way it'll be easier to get all the sheep in here. Now let's do the same on the other side. Now let's get the sheep in here, and I think I'll do this off camera in a form of a small little montage. So now all we hear when we're down here is a lot of sheep and a lot of villagers, because it turns out the actual villager trading hall is like just over that wall. I don't know exactly how close we are, but when I was building this up, like before the sheep were being annoying, I could hear them, and they were being pretty loud over there. But yeah, and we now have 16 sheep down here, all with different colors. And surprisingly, this wasn't that bad. We only had one casualty, with being one of the green sheeps that we had to rebreed. But other than that, it was pretty smooth getting everybody down here. And I'm assuming you also saw in the montage that we also have the storage room down here, and it is already starting to work, sorting every single one. So now we just pretty much have to let this accumulate, and we will have tons of wool for us to use. Now I just gotta clean up the mess. Now we need to address another issue in our village. And that's if you come into the pizzeria, the oven has been completely oxidized, and this just can't happen. Meaning we need honeycomb. However, I don't want to build a bee farm, because that's just, to be honest, it's too much work. So we're gonna fly off in this direction all the way over to Casual Clam's base. That way we can come over to the nether portal and buy some honeycomb. And it looks like they're selling it for a diamond per 32 stacks. 32 stacks. No, 32 blocks. And I think we're going to go ahead and just buy at least 2 stacks of this stuff. And it seems like this is where all the honeycomb's coming from. Alright, so we can take these honeycomb. If we come in here, all we have to do is take the axe and then right click this all the way back down to the base structure. And then we right click it with the honeycomb and we get the wax on advancement, but now this will not oxidize. So something I'm interested in doing is connecting up my base with a few of the other people. And when it comes to the other people, I want to connect with the oasis, which is just on the other side of the jungle, as well as Casual Clam's base, which is just over there. And of course, for that, we would need a path going straight through the jungle, and then one, I would think, just kind of going along the edge of the water. However, I'm not just going to build up the path without them knowing it. I want to let them know, get their permission, see if they want to help out, and see if they're interested in actually having a path in between our bases. So I made these book and quill, so now I'm just going to really quickly fill these out with some basic information and pretty much just asking if they want a path in between our bases. Alright, I have written the books, and let's just go over what they say. So it says, "Greetings Oasis, I am writing this book and request that we build a path in between our bases. If you are interested in having a path, please leave a message at my base." And then of course, I've written the same one for Casual Clam. So now let's go ahead and deliver these at their bases. But of course, first we are going to need some lecterns that we can place these on. Alright, got the lecterns, let's get moving. Alright, we're going to start this off over at Casual Clam's base. Now, where would be the best spot to put this? You know what, I think we're going to put it right in front of their house. That way, if they ever come here for like a storage, I'm assuming their storage is in here. Excuse me. So if I put it right here, they should not miss it, I would hope. So let's put it right here and make sure we're putting the right book, and it seems like it to be this one. And now this is all set up, so now let's head over towards the oasis. I believe the oasis is in this direction from this base. Here we are at the oasis, and this place has changed a lot since the last time we were here on camera. And probably the best place for this would be somewhere in their village, probably right here around the center of the village. Now, so I'm thinking right here, we'll place the lectern, put the book down, and we have now invited 2 people to build a path from our base to theirs. Alright, let's head back to the base now. Alright, so below the base, believe it or not, there are actually tons of aquifers. Pretty much just all of a whole bunch of these just surrounding the base, making it very difficult to do things underground. Now, I could just fill it in and then dig it out again, but that takes a lot more time than using sponges. So I was thinking that we could go off to an ocean monument and get ourselves some sponges. I've already got myself a little bit ready. We got some doors so we can breathe, as well as some milk buckets. That way, if we get hit with the mining fatigue, we can get rid of it. So let's fly off in this direction because I know there's one out here, and let's go tackle an ocean monument. Whoa, 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 look at this. Look at this cave. This is insane. We're gonna have to come back with this one later on because that is a dripstone cave, so we can get some more copper. Believe it or not, I actually have not flown out this way, so I've never really seen what this area looks like. However, the farther we go out, the more that we start getting the 1.18 generation. And this world was generated in 1.18, just all the area around spawn just wasn't any of like the new crazy generation. So we didn't have any high slopes like this. However, we should be very close to the ocean monument now, and it should be coming up any second now, and there it is. Now I'm hoping that this thing has not been looted. Something I'm just now realizing that I forgot is TNT. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go get us some TNT and I'll be back. However, I'm not gonna waste as many rockets, and I'm just gonna go straight up in the sky and coast the way back. I got everything we need, including a bed, TNT, some just random blocks if we ever need to build anything. So now let's head back over there. All right, and there it is. So I'm thinking on this island right here, we're just gonna place some torches to light it up, and then we can set up a little camp over here to have our bed. That way we can easily go back. And I'm thinking that I'm going to swap out the elytra and put on the chest plate for this. That way we have a little bit more protection. As well as I'm also going to put a totem of undying in my offhand. Alright, and I also just want to get the hotbar set up for this, so we're not going to need the axe or the shovel, so we can replace that for the carrots. And then also we can get the TNT, the blocks of redstone, the stone, doors, and bucket. That way we're going to have everything that we're going to need to get into there right in our hotbar. So now, let's just get swimming. I probably could have like flown over there and then taken my elytra off, but it's fine. And something else we could have done is invis potions. Now, where is the entrance? I think it's on the other side, because typically the Elder Guardians are going to be in the main sections. There we are with the mining fatigue. If we come right here, and we do this, we can now go in. And there's another Guardian in here as well. Now we just have to take care of him, hopefully with no issues. And there we go. So that gets rid of one, and then we just kind of go around here a bit. We need a door. All right. Then we can place a door, and we can regain our hearts and our bubbles. Now we need to do this on the other side, and then there's going to be one in the middle as well. So right over here on the other side is where the other one's going to be. All right, and here we go. Where is he? Where is he at? There he is. Watch out for the hearts. Eat. Place blocks, as well as door. All right. Oh wait, we need the sponge. That's what we're mainly here for, is the sponges. Oh, I didn't pick up the sponge from the other guy. All right, let's go try to get that sponge. Where's the sponge? Where's the sponge? There's the sponge. So at this point is where we can have a test to see if there's any other Elder Guardians in here, and that's by simply drinking milk. So pretty much if we get hit with mining fatigue again, that means that there is another Elder Guardian in here. If not, we can look around to see if this place has a sponge room. So now let's just we'll look around anyway, see if we can find a sponge room. I'm not sure if we're going to find them, because you're not always guaranteed to have one. And we have a dolphin. Oh boy, I cannot see where I'm going. Okay, and it does look like there is at least one more Elder Guardian here, which means we need to find him. And I'm thinking he's probably going to be right at the top here, which means we need to make a bust right in the top. There he is. Here we go. Can't see. And there we go. He's now taken care of. Now we just gotta hide, not place TNT. Now we should be able to drink milk without having to worry about anything, and we can like dig through this place now. All right, so now let's just fly through here and try to find a sponge room. Now there is a bit of gold blocks in here that I will take, because I am running very low on gold. And something's telling me that there is no sponge room in this place. All right, I think it's safe to say that there isn't one in this monument, so I think we are just gonna make our way out of here and head to the next one, because there are like 3 in this area. Now, where is that island? There it is. So what we're gonna do is hop into a little bit of a montage of going ocean monument raiding. And I would say that this ocean monument raid did pretty well. The next ocean monument that I went to actually had 2 different sponge rooms inside of it. Unfortunately, the third one didn't have any again, but we still came out of there with a stack and 8 sponges. I'm super happy with the amount of sponges that we got from this, and I don't think that we'll ever need to head back out there to get more, or at least for the time being. But for as of right now, I'm not going to need them just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and put them inside of the tools box. But now it is time for the main focus of this episode, and that is to finish off building these 5 houses in the village. So the first thing that we have to do is go on a little bit of a grind lapse to collect all the materials that we're going to need to build this up, as well as just some backup materials just so we can have them in our chests. So let's go on a quick grind lapse. Alright, so after a few hours of grinding, I have collected 3 full shulker boxes, all filled with a whole bunch of materials that we're going to be able to use in the rest of this village. So let's jump into a mega time lapse of building up the rest of these houses. All right, here we are in our finished village, almost finished village actually. So I still have to do the interiors on all these new buildings, but honestly shouldn't take me a ridiculous amount of time, and we also still have to do the finishing touches. But I'm going to show you how easy it actually is for me to do these interiors, because all I have to do is have a little bit of magic here, you know? All we got to do is come over here, dig a little hole, seal it up, and wait. Okay, now if we come right back out, and it seems the magic has left a little bit of a mess outside. Interesting. But if we look, yeah, all these buildings now have interiors. I guess this village may have a little bit of magic after all. But now comes to the finishing touches of the village. These spots right here, which I never think I ever said, but these are going to be trees. These are just little markers that I put for trees. And then also extending the coarse dirt and making everything just come together, adding some more bushes, and just really finish off this bottom section. So it's montage time of finishing up this village. Now, although the footage corrupted for the montage, I'm honestly kind of okay with that because you didn't get any spoilers from what the final product is going to look like down here. But now, let's just go ahead and view the village. And here it is. It looks amazing at nighttime with the lanterns, and just the vibe that we get here is so nice. And of course, there are still a few torches that I need to get rid of. Like this one just doesn't really even need to be there, and neither does this one. And because of the new 1.18 lighting, we can really play with lighting here, because the only way that mobs will spawn is when we have true darkness. And look at the view of this tree with shaders on. This looks pretty cool. And now we can walk down the other road and take a look at what it looks like with shaders on. This is one of the builds that I'm happiest with, because I really pushed myself to go beyond what I normally do, especially with these trees. These aren't my typical tree. Normally they're just skinny trunks and not as bushy. And of course, there is still this path that goes off in this direction. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it just yet, but I was thinking over here would simply just be like, we're going to have like a wall going back here, and then maybe this could be where the gatehouse is or something like that. But of course, we have full buildings with full interiors. Well, I don't know if I can consider them full interiors, because I mean, some of them don't even have like the essential things like a kitchen. I just realized that none of these even have a bathroom. But we now have an amazing village to work with. And in the next episode, we can come to start planning the upper portion of the village, which I'll give you a little bit of a hint. So down here, this is the more residential side of the village. And then when you're going to be going up there, that's where it's going to be more of the industry side with all of the shops and restaurants and things like that. But for now, we can call this project finished. And I think my favorite view of the village definitely has to have this tree in it. Probably from like right here is going to be a really nice picture. If we get rid of this crafting table here. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that view. And if we just get rid of these torches, it's going to look very, very nice. Definitely screenshot worthy. You know what? Since in the next episode, we're going to be starting the industrial side, we can go ahead right now and just kind of prepare this a little bit for us to start planning it out. We're not going to plan it out in this episode. We'll do that next episode. But I think we can probably just start off by clearing this out, getting everything ready. So let's really quickly do that. And there we go. I've completely cleared the land of all the paths and pens and houses. Everything that was here is now gone. So it is ready. So it is ready for the next episode for when we want to transfer this, or at least start transferring this over into our industry area. But that is going to go ahead and end off this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have an amazing day. And I will see you all in the next one. A goodbye.